Hey, what is up, everyone? It's Zach, aka Keats39, here to bring you another NBA DFS slate. Um, a lot of news going on tonight. Um, it's going to be really important. Some that are like going to be even tough to gauge, even up at lock. So make sure you check starting lineups because, as you'll see, that's going to be pretty crucial here today. Um, So first look is going to be the Detroit Brooklyn game. So the line started at 9.5, which I think is right. Went down to 6.5. I haven't seen what it is now, but so we already know Katie's out. Um, if the line's moving down, now you'd like to think that Kyrie was going to miss because this game should not. So for the Detroit side of the ball, look at all the injuries they have. DeLon Wright questionable, true questionable. Wayne Ellington, true questionable. No Okafor. Just traded Derrick Rose for Dennis Smith Jr. He's not going to, more than likely, not going to be available due to COVID protocols. So Detroit could be really thin here tonight. Let's just say that DeLon Wright were to miss, and we'll say both DeLon Wright and Wayne Ellington. He missed the last one. Yeah. And Delon Wright did play last game, but him being questionable, I might just let him sit this one. But so let's just say they both sit. One of Frank Jackson, Saban Lee, and or Svi Mikhailiuk is going to start at point guard, and more than likely two of them are going to start. One at point guard, one at shooting guard. More than likely in this type of game, you're going to lock both of them in. Um, Even because all three of them will get blowout run no matter what. More than likely. I mean, can't really see a situation they don't. So let's just say that Frank Jackson were also missed because he's questionable. You're going to play more than likely have to play Saban Lee and Steve Mikhailiuk in this fast-paced game, getting probably 40 minutes. They could try some funky stuff like Jeremy Grant point guard and some weird stuff like that, but I don't really expect that, but they could. Um, but yeah, so we've seen Svi. We know that Svi can play point guard, and he can shoot. Like we've seen him in the 5K range before. We've seen him have good games this year also. Like last game, 40 minutes. Like saw what he got in 40 minutes last game, 11, 6, and 3. That's 10x at this price. So yeah, you're going to lock him in if that happens. Frank Jackson has been a really good DFS player in the past. We saw him with the Pelicans be good. We saw him summer leagues, all that. Saw him even play preseason with the Thunder. He was really good. Um, I don't. Well, I haven't ever watched like a full game of his. So I'm gonna guess he probably lacks on the defensive side of the ball. Um, but offensively, he's really skilled. He can really score. I'm gonna guess he. If the other two miss, I'm gonna guess he tries to play because he's like running out on his last leg to try to play to get earn a spot in the NBA. Really hasn't yet, so I love him. Saban Lee, he's a guy that performed well. He played for Vanderbilt. Pull up his college stats. He performed well. Like his senior year, averaged 18, 4, 3.5, 49% from the field, 32% from three. Not ideal. But we don't really have much NBA. He hasn't really played at all. But these types of guys, when they get 40 minutes, I like to try to lock them in because it's like their one time to shine, especially in a fast paced game against Brooklyn. Doesn't matter if we're facing the starters or the backups. So that's going to be a really important game to monitor. On the other side, if Kyrie misses, I will 100% have James Harden. If if he plays like I expect, I'm actually going to probably debate that down to the very end just because of the blowout. If you could ask Gator, I've been getting wrecked by blowouts this last 3 or 4 days. I've some like games that I don't think will blow out have been blowing out. So like 2 days ago is the Hornets and the Bulls, I believe. Game stacked it, blew out. avoided the. I think most people did, but just to throw it out there, avoided the Lakers and Pistons, who didn't have two of their best players, and it goes to double overtime. Like that's just the kind of run that I'm on right now. I expect that to end, hopefully. But just going off like trying to predict it. There's if both those guys play, there's no and the Brooklyn guy or the Detroit guy says there's no way possible really. So now it's going to get double overtime, but that Brooklyn doesn't blow them out of the water. Um, so I would at least consider a fade, but James Harden more than likely will get up to triple double, at least close. Um, so yeah, definitely have some interest there. Um, a lot of interest, and even Kyrie, but I definitely prefer James Harden to Kyrie. Um, I just want to look at one more thing quick. Um, um, I, I, from last game, yeah. So the last game that Kevin Durant missed, we did see a slight uptick in minutes for DeAndre. I would definitely, and so like especially if Kyrie misses and you get full time point guard James Harden. He loves the pick and roll probably more than anyone in the league and loves throwing the lobs to them. So I really like DeAndre Jordan if Kyrie were to miss especially. All right, on to the next one. We'll go talk about those guys. We'll go to this Spurs. It's a rematch of yesterday with the Spurs and Warriors. Draymond Green is looking like Draymond Green old, getting a ton of minutes, producing in all categories. Um, it's really hard not to want to play him, even like all the way up to 7K. Um, like if he could just get to like a 12-point game, it's gonna be a 50 burger for sure. Um, just like look at it, 4 steals, or 4 blocks, 2 blocks, 2 blocks, steals, 7 steals, 2 steals. He just does everything, and those are the dudes I like to target. Um, he's essentially the point guard for him, the point forward. Let Steph do all this off-ball stuff, set screens for him, and he just gets a lot of assists to Steph, and it's really nice. Just should be a rematch. The one thing that does worry me is Eric Paschall is back. Um, I don't expect him to really factor much, but the back to back it could maybe a little more than normal. But we saw how bad Paschall looked before, and I'm not going down that train again. I expect it to be Draymond Green, and he could honestly might hurt Toscana Anderson more than anyone. So I really like Draymond here once again. Especially the Spurs also play a little smaller. Jakob Poeltl saw 30 minutes yesterday. Um, when the Aldridge that just there's going to be a lot of small ball in this game, and it really just boosts his upside. It's being a smaller guy and not as athletic as he once was. Um, over the other side, DeJounte Murray. Derek White's going to rest this one. We saw him go absolutely crazy yesterday. I always get scared playing DeJounte in a back-to-back. Has had health problems in the past. Pop has limited him in the past, but he's just another guy that fills up the stat sheet. We saw 20 shot attempts from him yesterday. That's kind of crazy. Really like him and DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan, last time on back-to-back, screwed me though. So that's probably why. He got priced up because he's been really hot. DeJounte still, I don't know why he got a price decrease, but yeah, Gold State doesn't play defense. Yeah, I just think that if he's not limited, and I don't think he will be, like I at least expect like the 33 minutes, maybe not the 36 from yesterday, but with no White, you're gonna see like an uptick of Patty Mills, him. Probably, I haven't seen if Lonnie Walker's playing. Won't affect him too much, but yeah, he's playing, so at least could lose a couple minutes. Don't expect it though. Finally, going to go to Nikola Vucevic. This one's scary. The Magic are. I probably won't end up with him at lock, but as of now, I really like him. Gets a matchup with Ennis Canner, which this year, so watching it, kind of the rebounding has hurt centers against Canner because he just goes so hard for offensive rebounds, but still doesn't play defense really. But this game, it should stay close because Portland's really banged up, but I could definitely see Dame Lillard just dominating this game and just blowing them out by himself. Um, But Vucevic, if this game's close, like we've seen his usage with no Aaron Gordon, rebounding everything, playing the center, point center essentially. He has such a high like last game, only 24 minutes and got to 34 DK. Didn't play after like the 6-minute mark. If the game's close, he's going to be 37 to 40 minutes. Trying to jam as many wins as they can, so forcing him to play a ton of minutes. I just think if this game's close, he's going to drop 50 at least, and so his price is wrong. But with the blowout effect that the Magic are going to have with all their injuries, it's definitely at least a little scary. So as always, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. A lot of news in this first game, so at least we'll have that out of the way. A lot nicer when it's the first game, not the 9 o'clock game. So yeah, that's going to do it. Later.